Okay, this is AJ Kent. I wanted to speak on 2013 and 2017. Okay, y'all, I dropped two completely separate albums. One, the 2013 and 2017, that's the professional version, where it can match anybody if I was a student on campus, from discussing school, discussing how my campus experience was and all that stuff. But on Young and Dumb Entertainment side, we're going to discuss the venues, and we're gonna talk about okay. Matter of fact, let's just talk about the dancing and stuff. We were getting prepared for audiences of 50,000 people. We wanted an audience on TDNC Festival of 50,000 people. Um, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We wanted an audience that's two times a year. Then we wanted an audience of 37,500 at Dowdy Ficklin Stadium, 3 nights, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then we wanted all the bars to have events throughout the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which we will be paying them approximately $300 per hour for 3 hours a night every single week for live entertainment. We wanted an after party. We wanted but prices have gone up though, from $20, $30. The prices are now a minimum of $375 a ticket. And all of this stuff, it went towards my business degree and my entrepreneurship degree, where the school system has policies and rules and regulations for their side. And on my side, where I'm a small business owner and I have to talk to the small business administration, I have to talk to officials, I have to talk to referees, I have to talk to traffic control, transportation, and all these other people. That's a degree, darling. That's a whole different degree than what I was going to school for. I want to see, a basic degree is one thing, but now you're starting to dip into all these different areas and concentrations where it looked like a lot of everybody else was just so excited, and I was just seeing a lot more work, and I was seeing myself be a lot more tired and a lot more cursing people out, attitude at people, throwing shade at people, sending shots back at people, sending them threats back at people, and I don't make empty threats. I try not to. That's all I saw coming at everybody who thought they were an administrator and administrative material as faculty members and stuff. All I saw was bloodshed. Just to be honest with y'all, all I saw was bloodshed. So before y'all get comfortable, I know there are videotapes of my dancing, workout, and stuff like that, and y'all are using that. Make sure you're using it for creative artistry purposes and industrial purposes, because right up the street from where I was doing all that stuff, don't forget, you've got on East Carolina University campus, you have McGinnis Theater, where we do performing arts over there when we're students and alumni, etc., and support the programs that are out there on campus, even though that is a large conversation and topic amongst every state about their liberal arts programs, music programs, and all that stuff. And that is a whole different conversation that's starting to get political. All that stuff is getting political, and I told y'all, don't do that political stuff over here. If you want to do that, I will build you a venue for you to do political conversations, but do not do that with my money. Do not do that with my time. I will eat you alive. I will eat everybody, because that's way too much time y'all have wasted now. Um, but I started adding all the stuff that I had to do to my degree. I started putting it inside a business degree under the company that's separate from my professional standards, where I gotta put that stuff in the system, inside the school system, in the one. And like, I haven't done all that. I just put it in a binder and went offline and off grid, because on this business side, if I send it to Dun and Bradstreet or I send it to NCCER, at least somebody's got to check over my work. So I always put EIN number up there, the DUNS number, or NCCER, because when we're building dioramas where they have to be perfect and they have to stay on budget, unless they're going to add to it. And a lot of the times I don't allow them to add anything to my budget. I do all my work myself and write my own material. Um, I have to be clear. I started adding all that stuff to my degree while y'all were saying no compensation, and they thought it was funny because they're lenders and credit card companies and banks. While they thought it was funny, you might everything, even if I cancel something out, I added it to my degree folder. I added to the I girl I added to my degree file. Every time I did a piece of paper, every time I wrote on something, every time I did an art piece or project, and it won't just this one. This was just for this company only. Got a notebook, this, that, and other, where one page of my work is probably worth more to an educator, faculty, a faculty member, board of trustees. It's probably worth more, like that Leonardo da Vinci napkin story. It's probably worth more than them having me go into the system and fill out all that information for all of that myself. So on this side, on Young and Dumb Entertainment, where if Young and Dumb Entertainment buys stuff, I automatically get 15% of it. I use it. I use it to my advantage. And in the school system, everybody has a university account. In the university account, uh, I also keep my resume separate from the university account because my resume is separate from the actual university accounts itself and what you have to put in there to match all the other students on the campus. And I was one of the runner-ups for one of the top students, one of the top graduates, and y'all kind of, to an extent, everybody else based off their intentions and what they thought. Instead of listening to what I was telling them to do, they went by what they thought, which is not always the best way to do it. Even if you're in a position of power, it's not always the best way to go about it. So I did not mind not getting paid at the time or listening to somebody else do the company. And somebody else was operating the company. And I came back and snatched the crown and took it later. But, at the time when I treated myself, for the last 10 years, I've been treating myself still like a student in university and college to an extent, learning how to get myself paid, learning how to pay, or get paid, learning how to cancel deals, cancel contracts, cancel employment. I fired so many people, and it's funny because most people would think I'm just talking to myself, but ADP is also listening. So when y'all are in the cloud, I fired so many people just because y'all couldn't get y'all story straight and you couldn't reiterate my message back that I needed presented. And then I sent them back to the Homage Network to go help themselves, to assist themselves. Because I felt like there were so many comments that were inappropriate, and y'all are in a performing arts territory. I don't care about the jokes and stuff like that. I care that you get that stuff right. Why? Because now we're at $375 a ticket. Now we're at $375 a ticket. Some of you can't afford it already. Some of y'all already whining and crying about let's go down to the cheap tickets and stuff already. And so I'm going to have to leave y'all with the administration that signed y'all up. Because I told you Young and Dumb Entertainment was not for the weak or the special needs or this, that, and other. Even though they're welcome to participate, they can be a volunteer. They can learn to become a student help intern that scans tickets and scans barcodes and stuff. Because I felt like some of the stuff y'all were doing was disrespectful. And it's funny because now we're at $375 a ticket minimum, and you're going to have to adapt to that. I mean, at the convention center, to watch streams of stuff that are not new, we have a streaming station on our website and stuff now. We have at the fairgrounds, at Minji's, when I'm talking and discussing this and that with them, and I have raised the price to $375 a ticket at every single one of those on my business side. So if you want to meet with me, that's the amount of money you're at right now. Like, you're going to have to meet the aesthetics or you might get fired. You're so worried about my opinion of myself and how I feel about myself. You need to be worried about your job if you want a job over here. We've already started people out at $200,000 a year to be basic executive interns. If you care about your job and you care about yourself and your specialties in your industry, you'll take it more seriously. So from 2013 to 2017, over on this side, we're gonna tell my side of the stories, not my life stories and stuff. Just at $375 a ticket, I can't ignore that. I cannot ignore that. $375 a ticket, girl, bye. And it's funny because I don't have to be there. But we've also opened up Young and Dumb Theater, Young and Dumb Studios is for music, um, and it's also for Spotify podcasts, Apple podcasts. I'm not going to do the work for you. And I went private not because I'm scared of anything. I went private because y'all should. I don't know if y'all should have access to that stuff. What the ones of y'all that sat over here and you talk junk from the stateside, and now you can't even afford a ticket to the event. Do you think I want you employed under me? I feel like you're gonna be a drag. Like we're booking acts like Celine Dion, Ed Sheeran, The Weeknd. I know what type of venue I'm at, but they're having to come up for their 45 minutes to an hour. They're having to come up with a perfect set and please myself, the board, and the owners on this side. That's entrepreneurship. They're gonna have to please the whole board before we allow them to present themselves at the venue that we booked out. I've been reviewing some of y'all's music. I would cut some of y'all. Pack your shit up and go. So I've tried to hire some nicer people to an extent to work up under me. So I'm having to work in their position so y'all don't give them no trouble. But it's a problem now. But all that stuff, it'll get you a global degree for the global audiences and stuff. Young and Dumb Security, do your job. Why? Because now they're at 375 and you're going to have to be carrying them on the roads and stuff while they doing construction and architecture and they out there building stuff. They got these large machines and stuff. Do not mess up my vehicles. You shouldn't be calling insurance every day because you done hit something. So yeah, I've had to go learn car insurance. I've had to go learn driver insurance, which I'm paying for that. I'm at 175, trying to get up to $200 a month. I'm trying to get up to like what 1,000. Trying to get up to like $1,000 of insurance a month, but I got that many cars where it's like, dude, it don't benefit me to have my team members in the cars at the moment. So when I call driver in black lane, I expect them to still do it. Well, who am I picking up? You don't have to pick up anybody. Just drive the vehicles. Eventually, I'm going to get in the vehicle. And what's the first thing I say when I get in anybody's vehicle? Don't kill me. But I'm going to give y'all a minute.